Thank you, James. Well, you know what? When it comes to vintage clothes, we know they are super trendy and highly fashionable. Now, Tenji Stamela found herself a beautiful vintage piece and also learned how to take care of it with Omo Ultra Concentrated Liquid and Defy Washing Machine's delicate wash cycle.
Lovers of vintage clothing know that they just don't make garments to be as rich and lush as before. And even though this clothing is between 20 and 100 years old, the delicates still need as much care as ever. And I found the right person to show me just how to do that.
It can be difficult to keep vintage items pristine when they're part of an everyday wardrobe. However, Charisse from Defy explains how the technology in their new machine cares for these clothes.
Defy is launching a washer combo dryer to assist South Africans who has space constraints. The Defy Combo Washer Dryer allows you to wash and dry at the same time, saving you energy as this unit is A-energy rated. It also has a woolen feature where it allows you to wash your woolen delicates without damaging them.
To be considered vintage, an item should be timeless or have a historical or cultural significance, which is where the expertise of vintage online retailer Maita Skyle is extremely important.
Oh, I hope you're not looking at the dress that I like. This one. So I absolutely love your online vintage clothing store. What inspired you to open it?
Well, I just love everything that's old. I feel like it has a bit of a story to tell. It's such a joy to find things amongst what seems like junk.
Where and how do you source this clothing?
Well, today I actually happen to be in one of my favorite charity shops. It's the Old Charity Shop, and they've got such great finds. You can find stuff anywhere at the moment. You can go through old age homes and chat to people there.
How do you know it's the real deal, and what tips can you give to shoppers?
The first thing is to look at the style indicators. You know, does it have shoulder pads? Where does the waistline fall? What does the neckline look like? Those are kind of style indicators that will tell you what period it's from. The second tip is to look at the labels. You can tell a lot by if it has a union label on it. So those are little things that you can look deeper into a garment when you see it.
Certain vintage items may not have a wash care label. In this situation, it's best to handle with care.
While we love vintage clothing, we don't want to walk around looking like our grandmothers. So how can you keep a vintage garment looking fresh, funky, and modern?
I call it refashioning vintage, and it's a fun way to kind of add a little piece of lace to a dress or to take it in a little bit. So one of the things we've been working on recently is this dress. Now, it had an extra attachment on it. It looked like a long bag. We narrowed the seams on the sleeves, and now it actually looks like a beautiful cocktail dress. Yeah, and I'd love for you to try it on and give me your take on it.
I hope it fits.
Absolutely lovely. I love it.
So with the right care, you'll find that there's many more lifetimes in the garments that you love.
For delicate garments, it's really important that you use your delicate cycle or your hand wash cycle. These cycles generally have a very much milder wash agitation. They also wash at cold water, and they generally are a shorter time.
With the new revolutionary Omo Ultra Concentrated Liquid, it couldn't be easier to remove stains, as it can be applied directly to stained areas, so they lift easily while washing. Defy recommends Omo Ultra for the best performance in their machine, so you get the best care for your vintage clothes.